Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president!
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8 electoral votes, in Indiana with its 11 electoral votes, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into a very special CobraCast. Me from Wisconsin. Yes, the RNC starts tomorrow. I will be there covering it with press credentials, and I got a few peeps hanging out with me tonight for the first time ever on CobraCast. Fear the Beardo.
First time.
The first time ever.
Yeah.
Fear the Beardo. What's up, man?
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me here. A brand new show for me. So, past 24 hours, man, have been absolutely crazy. The world has changed. Complete 180 turnaround. The election has changed forever. I don't really get political hardly ever on Twitter or on my streams. I mean, you guys know that I'm a Trump supporter, but I don't really vocalize my opinion. But now is the time. And there's a lot of people who have been closeted conservatives, closeted Trump supporters, who are all sharing their voice and extending their vote and backing up President Donald Trump after yesterday's events. So I'm excited to be here, excited to read some super chats. A lot of passionate fans here on D-Day Cobra. So I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me on, Jeremy.
Let's go, man. Good to have you here. We've got Jay Hailstorm in the house, who's been keeping up with all the news for me. How you doing, Hailstorm?
I haven't slept.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't sleep very good last night either. I drove from Florida all the way to here to Wisconsin and stopped for about 3.5 hours to do a live stream from the road. And here we are. And it's been a long day at the RNC. Just security is crazy. And but we'll get into that here in just a minute. And Krista Nova is here. Hello, Krista.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. All I gotta say is God bless the USA.
That's right.
Amen.
Well said. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and that's what we're gonna do here. This is gonna just kind of be a show where we're just gonna kind of talk about the last 24 hours, 48 hours, and talk about what we think moving forward. Yes, I am in Wisconsin. I will be at the RNC. I was there all day today. And I don't know if one of you can pull up the picture that Ryan posted and shared that. But security is crazy at the RNC right now, and it was which was expected. It was very expected considering what happened. And now here we are with. I'm still can't really process it. So there's me and Ryan at the RNC. Everybody's roasting me for my fucking shoes. I don't care. I'm fucking old. So
the fuck are you wearing, man?
Those are fucking Adidas Crocs. So I don't give a shit. They're comfortable, man. That's all I care about. And Ryan, like we both those were like, we weren't expecting to be on the convention floor today. We were not expecting all of this because we got a whole tour of everything because there was a whole process of like learning, where we're going, what we're doing, how the process is going to go, what we can and can't do. And we kind of had to go through all of that today. So yeah, man. But it was crazy. And I even got to meet a couple of people. You know what's crazy? And you can stop sharing now, but do you know what's crazy? I'm probably going to meet Tim Pool. And I don't think he knows who I am.
No. Tim Pool gets to meet you.
I did. I met the quartering today, and that piece of shit. So we take a picture, okay? And I'm like, because he's like, you're shorter than I thought. I'm like, bitch, you're like 8 foot tall. Like, so I was like, everybody thinks I'm actually taller in person when they meet me because they think I'm short. I'm like 6'1". And so I me and the quartering stand, and Jeremy took a picture. He goes, you want to check it out? I was like, I don't give a shit what you post. I don't care. And he's like, let's take another one. So I start jumping up. And then, so he squats down. He goes, I'll make you look taller. So then I squatted down and he squatted down. And then I jumped up and he like takes a picture and like while I'm jumping up. And that's the one he posts. So yeah, it was funny. But yeah, I got to see Benny today. Benny and ALX. Got to see them. And looking forward to this week, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. This world, this is what the scary part of this is how much different this world that we live in would look if Donald Trump, if we're talking inches, and I can't go on my like normal rant. I am in a hotel. I can't yell. I can't scream. Whatever. Fuck Joe Biden. Okay. I've seen his speeches today. Fuck Joe Biden. Period. End of discussion. This guy is going to be like, we need to come together. There's no sense for all of this negativity. We're all Americans. We're all on the same page. We just have slight disagreements. Fuck Joe Biden. Joe Biden has made MAGA his enemy. He has put a target on MAGA, on anyone that wears a MAGA hat, on anyone that supports Donald Trump. He put that target on them. If somebody pull up my tweet from today, it was a little bit earlier. I posted that picture of his tweet, what he said about MAGA people. That was what he said. You are the divisive one, Joe Biden. Your administration is the divisive one. And it's the same playbook as when Barack Obama was in office. Yeah, right there. Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans are a threat to the very soul of this country. Mm-hmm. When you label 75 million people a threat, this is the result of what happens.
That's what the rhetoric has been. The rhetoric has been ultra MAGA, white conservative Trump supporters are the supervillain, the absolute horrible Yahtzees of America. They have wanted you dead for the past 8 years. They have wanted to eliminate us. They have wanted to silence us. And what have they done to Trump? They have arrested him. They have impeached him. They have taken millions of dollars from him. And now this is the end result. They are at their wits' end. They are desperate. And what happened yesterday? they wanted the other outcome of him surviving yesterday.
And it's just like Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and many others have said. So the first thing is that they tried to make him broke. They tried to break him. They tried to take all of his money and all of his businesses away. It didn't happen. Then they tried to arrest him. Of course, that didn't play out in their favor. Prior to arresting him, they raided his house. A former president of the United States of America, they raided his house. And then they tried to arrest him. And they tried to claim that he incited insurrection. And then the Supreme Court stepped in. And now that we all knew what the next step was going to be. And here we are. And the message I would urge to everybody is, I know it seems like Trump won the election yesterday. If anything, you should be more nervous now than ever before. We've seen the level that they are willing to go to stop this man. If you think this was the first legitimate attempt on Donald Trump's life, you probably haven't been paying attention. And if you think it's the last, you're probably not paying attention. There's going to be plenty more. There's going to be plenty more.
How political am I allowed to be on here? How truthfully woke, like the true woke, how awake am I allowed to be on here?
Go for it.
These people 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, literally unleashed a viral disease across the entire fucking world for several different reasons. But a few of the reasons were to lock down the entire fucking United States.
And the world.
The world, yes. But the United States, simply because they locked down the world because of an election going on in the United States, forced mail-in ballots so that they can ballot harvest and farm ballots specifically for Joe Biden. We all saw it, whether in the middle of the night, Joe Biden with a direct vertical increase of votes for Joe Biden because they unleashed this disease so that they can lock people down, do mail-in ballots so they can ballot harvest votes for Joe Biden to steal this election so that Donald Trump would not get 4 more years as president. If they are willing to unleash a virus across the entire fucking world and lock the entire world down for months, an assassination attempt on the 45th president, that is minimal to the extent to which that they are desperate to go to stop this man from being president once again. I agree with Jeremy. Alex Jones said it yesterday. Alex Jones has been very vocal on Twitter about this. So is Drew Hernandez as well. If you think that Donald Trump had won the election yesterday, which there is some truth to that, but Donald Trump has to survive the next several months and get to the election for him to actually win it. I do think that yesterday was huge for his for the polls, for him becoming the 47th president of the United States. But the man needs to survive. This is not going to be the only assassination attempt on his life for the next several months, in my opinion.
Well said. Well said. And yeah, you're right. And I think this is what we're realizing. I still haven't fully comprehended what we saw. I really haven't. Like, I know what happened. I understand what happened, but the fact that we came so close to Donald Trump not being here is really scary, man. It really is scary. And I'm sitting here and, you know, I'm in the middle of driving across the country, and all of a sudden I get this phone call from Gary because I was recording a video for Geeks and Gamers, and I was watching the rally. I was watching it live, and then I stopped. I was like, hey, I need to make a video really quick for Geeks and Gamers. And I get this call, and there we are. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And my first instinct was like, let me go live and cover it. After I saw he was okay. And what's crazy about this, I've been to multiple Trump rallies. I've taken, you know, Chris has been to one with me. I've been there with family before. Somebody died yesterday because he supported Donald Trump. Somebody died. A loving father, and by all accounts, seemed like a really solid guy. Corey, how do you say his last name? It starts with a C. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I haven't been watching a lot of content, but Corey, and it starts with C. It's Comperatore or something like that.
You're halfway right.
Yeah.
I think it's Italian, but yeah, he's a former firefighter, a lover of the United States of America. He died protecting his family, protecting his wife and children, and he unfortunately caught a stray bullet that obviously was not intended for him, and lost his life yesterday.
And while it probably wasn't directly intended for him,
right?
The sad reality is it was intended for him because he was wearing or he was at a MAGA rally, and that's how they view each and every person that supports Donald Trump. And the whole idea is to scare you, to scare me, to scare people from not supporting Trump. This is what they've been wanting to do forever. I've talked about this a lot. Where I said when I first started this whole thing with Geeks and Gamers back in I started in 2011, but obviously it evolved, and 2016 came around. I didn't talk. That's his name right there. When 2016 came around, obviously I was a Trump supporter and I voted for Donald Trump. I didn't talk about it publicly because I'm not really the type to talk about my political opinions. I'm not here to talk about my religion. I'm not here to talk about my private life. That's just not really something I do unless it's with people that need to know that information. But then I started to see the weaponization of being a Trump supporter, and I started to see people weaponizing it. And this is how I gained my following. It's because I looked at people that were Trump supporters, and I saw this movement on social media going into 2017. I saw people trying to expose people that ran companies. They're I heard he's a Trump supporter. You can't support him. And of course, I didn't have a big following or anything. But no matter what, 100 people, 10 people, 50 people following you is a big amount of people when you're starting out. It's a huge amount of people, and it means the world to you. But I looked at this and says, I don't want to cultivate a following that's going to abandon me if they find out I'm a Trump supporter. I don't want to do that. I don't want to build a following of people, and then suddenly one day it's exposed that Jeremy, this guy that runs Geeks and Gamers, he's a Trump supporter, because I knew what the gaming world was like. I knew the gaming world leaned a certain direction. I knew that. So I told my team privately, and this is before any of you were on the team. I told the team privately, and we had a whole different team at that point in time. Told everybody. They already knew I was a Trump supporter privately because they were on my team. But I told them I was going to publicly start talking about my support for Trump, because I'm not going to let people basically shame me into not, wanting to talk about it, because I was like, these leftists have weaponized this to the point where I'm going to get out in front of it and say, you're goddamn right, I'm a Trump supporter. What are you going to do about it? And so I did that. I had multiple people quit immediately, people that I knew, people that I had a friendship with, people that had my phone number, people that I had helped, and they started calling me a racist and a sexist. They already knew I was a Trump supporter privately. It's because their inner circles couldn't let them off the hook if they didn't denounce me. Because their inner circle would go, wait a minute, you worked for a guy who supports Trump? And of course, this is 2017 when in the early phases of TDS and when it got bad. And yeah, that's what set me on this path that I'm on. And look, here we are in 2024, and we're still fighting this battle. And you have President Joe Biden saying MAGA is a threat to our country, and MAGA supporters are a threat to our country. And you know what that reminds me of? Reminds me of when Barack Hussein Obama was our president. And after those police shootings that were happening, and suddenly Barack Obama, before any of the facts would come out, Barack Obama would address the nation and build a narrative against police officers before there were any facts. And suddenly you started seeing riots in the street, and you started seeing all of these problems because Barack Obama would come out and send a negative message to police officers, towards police officers, and inciting violence is what he was doing. And then you saw all these things happen. That happened. That's when I realized Obama was absolutely evil. But yeah, man. So it's just been a wild ride, and here we are, 2024, and we're still having to deal with this bullshit. You know why? Because they're actually scared of America being predominantly MAGA. Do you know why? Because MAGA people, you saw it yesterday, dude. Donald Trump was shot. You had thousands of people that didn't freak out. Like, there was some panic, obviously, and that's natural, but like everybody stood their ground. Everybody's like, you didn't see like people scattering. People stood their ground, and like, you're going to come into our area. You know, I mean, it was amazing to see that.
Just a few seconds after there was gunfire, when Donald Trump stood up, bloodied, and then was fist bumping and saying, fight, 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 everybody was no longer scared. Maybe heart was racing a little bit, but they were cheering and pumped up for not just Donald Trump, but for America, for the movement, for what they believe in. And on the dark side of that, while the crowd was going crazy for Donald Trump for surviving an assassination attempt, you have to also keep in mind that in that same stadium, there was a man who just passed away, like dead body in the stands, who you have to think about the wife, the mother, the child, who were standing there while everybody in the crowd was cheering for Donald Trump for surviving. While everyone's cheering, they're looking at their dead family member. It's fucking wild, man. And then going back to what you were saying, Jeremy, about when you came out in 2016 about and supporting Donald Trump and voting for Donald Trump, all of my life, I was told, don't talk about politics amongst friends and family. It shouldn't matter. Don't talk about politics. You want to get people riled up because it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. But now, all of a sudden, in 2016, now when Donald Trump is running, now you're damned. You are damned if you support Donald Trump. People used to love Donald Trump. Love Donald Trump. People, you see pictures all the time of people who came out talking shit about Donald Trump, denouncing Donald Trump, and you pull up a picture from 2004, 2005 of them taking pictures with Donald Trump. They were Donald Trump's biggest fan. They were friends with Donald Trump. They called Donald Trump a pimp, which he is. Donald Trump is a fucking badass. And now all of a sudden in 2016, Trump is the only politician, he's not a politician, but he's in politics, you weren't allowed to support that man. Whether you support, I guess now in current year, Vivek or whoever it is, but back then, if you supported Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Obama, Hillary Clinton, nobody gave a fuck or whatever. But if you supported Donald Trump, you're a horrible, evil fucking person. For what? For no reason. For no reason at all. Because what? Because behind closed doors, Donald Trump is a straight man. He goes, yeah, I like doing this to women. It gets them off. It's like, we all fucking know that. We all fucking know that. We're all fucking common sense straight men about this. We all fucking know. We all like doing it. Straight men, yeah, we all like fucking doing it. Donald Trump has a conversation in private that he and then I can't believe Donald Trump said that. I can't believe he said that. It's like, we all fucking say it, man. We all do. There's
a reason it's called locker room talk.
Correct.
And any grown ass man, if there ain't a single grown ass man that was offended by what Donald Trump said in that tape, all right, there wasn't nobody. And that's why he's so relatable, because he is a flawed human being, just like me, just like you, just like everybody watching this stream. He's just Is he a billionaire? Yes. Is he a relatable billionaire? Yes. Yeah. And he just knows how to, but dude, what he did yesterday, I was talking to a friend about this when I was driving up here. I was on the phone and I'm like, I have never, there's people that know Trump that talk about him and how he is, privately, and how he's really charming and really nice. And he can be very heartwarming to people in private, but he shows this tough exterior anytime he's in his public persona, and he's been in a public eye for 40 years, and you wonder, you see people and you go what are they like? If the situation was different, if everything wasn't perfect, how would they stay composed? This dude got shot and never lost his composure. Are you kidding me? What? That is insane that he gets up and pumps a fist with blood on his face and the
Went
American
golfing this
flag.
morning.
Went golfing this morning. It was incredible. Like
Yep.
you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. It was truly in the social media age, I've never seen anything like this.
And a testament to how genuine Donald Trump is. There's been podcasters and people in the public eye, celebrities, I guess you could say, who have met Donald Trump maybe 1 or 2 times. Donald Trump remembers everything. When it was a podcaster, I can't remember if it was Joe Rogan or Patrick Bet-David, who said when they saw Trump again after several years, Donald Trump shook their hand and said, "Hey, how's your wife? How's your kids?" and said their name. Their name. How is your wife? Insert her name. How are your kids? Insert the kids' names. And the person was like, I can't believe Donald Trump remembered my kids' names like that, my wife's name like that, and asked me how my family was doing and using their names. Like, Donald Trump remembers fucking everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is sharp.
Very.
And he cares, man. He cares. He cares. Like, if Joe Biden can't remember what he fucking ate for breakfast like yesterday morning. And if and let's play make believe here. If that happened to anyone else, I'm not going to say Joe Biden, but anyone else, when they got grazed by a bullet, any politician would have stayed on the ground and waited for like an ambulance to be put on a gurney, to be pulled into an ambulance. Donald Trump stood the fuck up and was fist bumping to the crowd saying, "Fight, fight, fight." And then walked off and went golfing this morning, man. Dude is a real-life superhero.
Built different. As Dana White said it. Dana White said Donald Trump is the toughest man he has ever met. Kane, the guy, Glenn Jacobs, Kane, he tweeted out today. He says, I always said Brock Lesnar is the toughest man I've ever seen. After yesterday, I'm going to have to give that title to Donald Trump. I've never seen anybody like Trump. It's just, you can't make this up. You can't write this.
Yep. He's cut from a different cloth.
He really is. He really is. And I'm not sure I'll ever fully understand it. But if you go back, you can go back and look at, Trump's interviews from previous, like 20, 30 years ago. Dude has been consistent the whole time. I know they like to say like he was a Democrat or he was this. Look up everything he said. He's been consistent. No, he is not some mega hardcore conservative. He's not. But he is a Republican, okay? And he does believe in conservative ideas, and he has implemented those ideas as the Republican president. He did a phenomenal job at it. I know a lot of people have a problem with his abortion stance, but politically, he has the single best stance on abortion in terms of to appeal to the most people. That he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. Now, the thing I want to talk about is how, and I know we have a bunch of people here, and I really appreciate it. So if you guys are not aware, I am currently in Wisconsin. I will be live a lot this week on this channel covering the RNC. I'm going to be there, so I'm hoping you guys will, be tuned into that. I've got the gimbal. I've got 3 phones. I've got 3 backup batteries. So we're going to be live for a lot, and I'm going to be taking you guys all over the place. I do have credentials, so we're going to have a lot of fun. And I will say, and I don't know how much I can say right now, but there are people like the people at the RNC. I talked to them today. They see the value, at least the people I'm working with anyway with the RNC, they see the value of the independent content creator. And there was a lot of people there today that I was hanging out with, and there's more that I'm going to meet tomorrow. But they understand the influence that independent creators have. There were some creators there that had bigger followings than me, some that had smaller followings than me, but they all have a following. And so they're looking to have a lot of good momentum from this. And I told them, I'm like, look, my audience is very, very passionate about President Trump and about this country. And I promise you that there's going to be a great reaction in my chat whenever we're live. And so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's a lot of like mainstream outlets that are all over the place. And they were like, you guys are probably going to get more viewers than these mainstream outlets. Like, yeah, we will. We probably will.
So subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure that you guys know when Jeremy's going live and tune in and like the streams, man.
Somebody said that I meet Tim Pool. I didn't meet Tim today. If I meet Tim, I know a lot of people won't like internet blood sports. I will be very respectful to Tim. I will probably tell him that I've been very critical of him, but that's not how I will like. Tim doesn't know who I am. I don't think. If Tim had said stuff about me, I would have 1000% go confront him. The coolest thing would be if Tim confronts me. He goes, "Yo, fuck you say about me?" I'm like, "Damn, what's up, Tim?" I don't think that's going to happen, but I will be respectful and shake his hand and introduce myself if I do get that opportunity. And I will probably let him know that I have a lot of criticisms for him, but I do respect what he's done. I do think I'll probably, we are going to interact. I'm pretty sure. And we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for all the super chats and just the people being here. They're just rolling in. Let's get a couple of those big ones real quick, Beardo.
Sure, let's do it. Linko Kenobi with a 50 to start off the night. What's up, you guys? I uploaded a video about yesterday's incident, and YouTube age restricted my video due to my attitude, especially putting my finger out. That's how pissed I was, but I'm happy God is protecting Trump. Jeremy, have fun in the RNC.
Thank you,
Linko. Get Woke, Go Broke with a $50. Fuck all demo rats. Hayden with a $50. I made a video on the situation and how it ties into the culture war. Have you guys seen that this monster was in a video? BlackRock did in this. Yep. BR pulled it down once it was found. The failure of the SS are bad, even with the benefit of the doubt.
I've heard that. So again, I've kind of been and Hailstorm, I know you've been kind of on top of the news. Is that confirmed? Was he in a BlackRock video?
He was.
Yep. He was. So, of course, because I'm kind of all over the place right now, so I'm not on my phone as much because I've been at the RNC all day long just trying to get security clearance and all of that. And so, yeah, I saw it out there. So that is a confirmed story, 100%.
Yep, correct.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, his shirt, like, I haven't seen people been reporting on this, but apparently his shirt he's wearing is linked to this YouTuber that runs this gun channel, and like he's being investigated right now as well.
Crap.
And yeah, that's still unfolding.
And this is why, like, I know it's cringy sometimes when your favorite YouTuber, kind of tells like the obvious, because I don't like talking down to my audience. I don't like my audience is smarter than me anyway. It's not a big accomplishment, by the way, audience to be smarter than me. But and my audience, informs me on a lot of stuff. But you kind of have to do that whole like, hey, just so you know, we're not here. We don't want you to go and do X, Y, Z. And it's mainly because you have to, because of all the stuff that gets used against you. Look what they did to Trump. January 6th, he literally told them to go home and remain peaceful and, law and order. And they still, and of course, that was Twitter 1.0. And they took the video down and then accused Trump of saying things that he never said, and then said that he never said the things that he actually said. It's absolutely insane, man. But the momentum right now for MAGA, I said this a few weeks ago that the MAGA momentum was at an all-time high. It's blown through the freaking roof at this point in time.
Absolutely.
And everything has changed. Everything has changed.
Yep.
So I'm going to let you get a couple more, and then I want to make a point about that.
Sure. Samuel Ariton for $100. Thank you for the 100. That's huge.
Wow.
The left is pushing the idea that the rooftop loser was a Republican, but Pennsylvania is such a closed primary. If he was registered as such, I think it was to vote for Nikki to throw off the primary vote. Go MAGA, long live the fellowship, and prayers to that dad's family. Thank you for the $100.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the whole thing has just been so troublesome to think about it, because it could have been avoided, but these Democrats are just so hell-bent on their hatred of Donald Trump and their hatred of MAGA supporters that we're in a different world now. And so, yeah, with Donald Trump being shot and a MAGA supporter being killed and 2 others, I believe, are critically injured, everything has changed. And I don't know what to expect over the next few months. I really don't. I don't feel any different today than I felt 6 months ago that Donald Trump is the most popular person in this country, and it's not even close. He's actually the most popular person in this world. And so I what I'm worried about is how the behavior of people is going to be now, and what are we going to see moving forward. This person that did this, he should have never been in that position to begin with, and I don't know how he got in that position. And I know that I saw some stories about, I guess, tell me if I'm right or wrong.
So much that doesn't add up.
So we're gonna do live fact checking YouTube. Okay, so live fact checking on me because I'm asking questions. I saw that there was a story that a police officer spotted him, but then retreated. Is that right?
He climbed up the ladder.
Do we have a video of that we can show?
There was also
there
was also a statement made. There isn't any confirmation on the statement, but apparently, supposedly, that the SS sniper who was on the roof, who had eyes on the would-be gunner, said that they called in that they had eyes on the gunner, and that they called it in and asked for permission, and that they didn't get any response, and that they were told to hold off.
So the snipers,
my internet completely crapped out on me. So I'm sorry.
Did you hear what I said?
I didn't hear anything you said. That's why I went on. We should know because Krista started the stream, so we are going to stay live because Krista started it, so we're good on that. So again, thank you for my crew and of course Beardo's got access too, so it should be good.
I do.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Yeah, no. So this isn't confirmed. But I seen a post that was a statement from the sniper, the SS sniper, who had eyes on the would-be attempted gunner from a few hundred yards away, that they had eyes on him, because we've all seen the picture of the SS sniper who was aimed in that direction.
Yep.
Supposedly, there was a statement made by that person.
This was debunked. This was a 4chan post.
Okay, so it was debunked. Okay, so
yes.
I won't even get into it then. But
yeah,
okay. I won't even.
The snipers, I will say though, the snipers were actually local cops. So a lot of the Secret Service wasn't actually Secret Service. There was a lot more local law enforcement mixed in with Secret Service.
Okay.
That's
so then I retract my last statement.
Yeah, and that's fine. There's there's so many stories out there that it is tough to navigate right now, man.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, there was multiple stories that we prefaced them, that we showed on yesterday's live stream. We prefaced them, but there were multiple of those that just were not accurate at all. We're like, hey, this is what so and so was saying, but I don't know if this is the deal or not. My video, so yesterday's live stream got age restricted, but I do understand why. I mean, I was showing a lot of different stuff, with the shooting and things like that. So yeah, but if you notice that, yes, yesterday's live stream did get age restricted.
So I seen Mike tweeted something yesterday, and there's going to be a lot of opinions, and while I love and respect Epic Mike, he said that he believed that this was going to be the most looked into and investigated assassination attempt ever in history. I full-heartedly, fundamentally probably disagree with that. I think that this is going to be something that we almost get zero answers for. I think this is going to be a mystery for a very, very, very fucking long time.
It really
because it involves Donald Trump.
Well, that is true. There's a couple of different ways to look at that, because I see where he's coming from, because it is Donald Trump, but that's exactly why it probably won't get it, because it is Donald Trump.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it will. I do not think that this is going to get the attention it deserves. I don't think that we're going to get the answers that we deserve, the answers that we need. I think that this is going to be a mystery for a long time. Probably forever.
Here's the thing, man, and this is what is so hard to understand about this, is Donald Trump has so many people that he has to decide if he can trust moving forward.
Yes.
Like when he wins, and he becomes the 47th president. Well, first of all, as I've said, for many of you that may have not heard me say this before, we're worried about the next several months leading up to the election. I'm worried about after Trump wins, what's going to look like from November to January, because they're going to, it's like anything. They want Trump to take over an absolute
Uh-oh.
Yes. So Jeremy's internet, Jeremy, your internet's.
That's going to be a great picture worse. Right there.
Jeremy, your internet completely.
You got to repeat yourself.
We didn't hear anything you just said. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. You fucking cheap hotel internet. I even have the more expensive version of it too. I have the enhanced version, but whatever. But I'll keep the video off for now because that's the only thing. My point being is that that's the most scary part of this, is that Trump wins in November. They're gonna destroy this country before he takes it over. They're gonna destroy it.
So how deep do you want to get into this? How deep down the rabbit hole do you want to get into this? Because I do have a lot to say.
I can go all night.
In terms of what?
In terms of everything, why this happened, and the true reasons, and the several probably reasons why this happened.
Well, you obviously, give your opinion. I mean, but we are on YouTube, so you got to keep that in mind.
Correct. So, in recent history, the presidents that have been assassinated or attempted to be assassinated all had something to do with ending very major wars. Reagan, JFK, and now Donald Trump. We all know about the current situation between Russia and Ukraine. How many millions of dollars that the U.S. has funneled, billions of dollars that U.S. has funneled into Ukraine? Whether that is being money laundered, how many politicians worldwide into the Bilderberg group and into the New World Order, into this globalist regime, how much money of that is being laundered right into their bank account. They know damn well that if Donald Trump is to be president, the 47th president, that revenue stream is going to immediately stop. They are no longer going to get those billions of dollars that the United States taxpayers, the United States citizens are paying to fund this war in Ukraine. Money talks. You always hear, don't fuck with people's money, whether it's the mafia, whether it's, and now with this globalist regime. These politicians, these important people, the elites, are lining their pocketbook right now off of the backs of United States citizens. If Donald Trump is to become president, that is going to stop. That is going to halt. That is another reason why these people want Donald Trump dead. And that is part of the reason, maybe a huge reason, why what happened yesterday.
I agree. And I've talked about this before. One of my big kind of moments was George W. Bush and the Iraq War. And I've talked about this previously on a CobraCast. God dang it. Hang on. All right. Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So I've talked about this recently, but I was raised as a Republican. And so of course when I was younger, George W. Bush. Oh, of course I'm going to support George W. Bush for president. Again, the only person I've ever voted for was Donald Trump. He was the first president I voted for. But in terms of just supporting, so I was all in on like George W. Bush on his first term. But I realized when someone at my job, I was just a lowly retail worker, okay, lowly retail worker, and someone at my job was telling me about Halliburton and how Halliburton was paying this insane amount of money to go work overseas. And I knew people in the military, and I knew that the people in the military weren't getting that much money. There was no way they were getting that much money. And so I was like, but I don't have any experience. He goes, it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. They got so much money. And I started to look into it. I'm like, how can I, some regular nobody, increase my income so much? But am I supposed to believe that the politicians aren't benefiting from these wars? And that's really where the snowball effect came into it, where it's like, oh, wait a minute. George W. Bush, Condoleezza Rice, Dick Cheney, all of these people tied to war or tied to oil. And it just was a wake up call because I was like, Halliburton has a no bid contract. So war is a business. War is a business. And there are billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars tied to it. And Donald Trump is the only president in our lifetime that did not start any new wars. And they hate him for it. And they hate him for it.
Well, and then on top of that, add another dimension to that. When Donald Trump became president, what did we start doing? We started manufacturing automobiles again in the United States. What did Donald Trump do? Reopen the Keystone pipeline. We started mining for our own oil here in the United States. We were told that the United States, North America, was dried up off of oil. That was the narrative. But that's not true. We started mining our own oil. When Joe Biden became president, what was one of the first presidential acts that Joe Biden did? He blew up the Keystone pipeline. Why? Because we have a deal. The government is in bed with the Saudi Arabians over there in the Middle East for their oil, because the politicians have been in bed for a long fucking time with the Middle East for their oil. And then when Donald Trump became president, we started mining oil here. They didn't like that. But what are they going to do? Because Donald Trump is a fucking badass. Donald Trump will look you straight in your face and say, hey, listen, we're the US of A. I'm going to kick your fucking ass. And that's just what we do.
Well, to that point, Beardo, I'm sharing some in the private chat I want you to share.
Yeah.
Because your point, this is to your point right here.
Yeah.
I've played this a lot on CobraCast. This is one of my favorite Trump speeches ever. So right here proves this.
Is this when he said we're going to tax you 20%, motherfucker?
He's calling the whole. He's telling NATO allies to pay up. Basically, he's calling them all out. Full screen that shit. Let's go.
I have been very, very direct with Secretary Stoltenberg and members of the alliance in saying that NATO members must finally contribute their fair share and meet their financial obligations. But 23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States. And many of these nations owe massive amounts of money from past years and not paying in those past years. Over the last 8 years, the United States spent more on defense than all other NATO countries combined. If all NATO members had spent just 2% of their GDP on defense last year, we would have had another $119 billion for our collective defense and for the financing of additional NATO reserves.
What an absolute Chad. Like, just mega Chad. Like, you just don't get any more Chad than that. And that is why they hate him. Krista, I know you've got something.
Yeah, it's a little off topic, but a little on topic. So if you look on Amazon right now, as you can see, I'm not logged in. If you click on the search bar, look at the top results. Trump shirt, MAGA hat, Trump 2024 flag, Trump hat, Trump merchandise. It's all trending right now on Amazon.
Wow.
That's awesome. I'll tell you what. Last night, I bought a new MAGA hat. I bought a new MAGA hat last night that says 4547. What's crazy is I got the shipping notification. It wasn't supposed to get here until July 24th last night. I checked this morning. I got a message from Amazon. Your order is being expedited. You'll get it on Tuesday.
Dude, like, what is happening right now? Like, they're taking over. It's everywhere. It's MAGA is everywhere.
Which is why, to Alex Jones' point, now we need to be more careful and more cautious than ever.
And I love the fact that Krista was able to add shopping mixed with Trump because that's the most Krista Nova thing ever right there.
I love shopping.
Dude, I saw somebody put Tupac on or Trump on Tupac on his hit 'em up video, you know. Who shot me, but your punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace.
Mhm.
Oh man. It's so good.
Yep.
They've turned this guy like, what is next? I don't know. I do feel like part of me does feel like there is an element of this that it's like you finally stepped too far. Like, and you fucked up. You missed. It's the old saying, if you're gonna take a swing at the king, you better not mess. And they missed. And I think they're gonna regret the hell out of that now, because now you can't deny anything he's been saying. What did he say? All those years ago, he claimed they were spying on his campaign. Mainstream media dismisses. Mainstream media says it doesn't happen. A few years later, it comes out they, in fact, were spying on his campaign. They can't stop him. Mm-hmm. And now he's got more people backing him up than he's ever had. And this is driving them absolutely crazy, to the point where now Joe Biden's trying to come out and say, we need to come together. All Americans, whether they agree or disagree, we all should stand together. Fuck Joe Biden. Nobody is buying that. Nobody. Bruce for 20 says, a few bucks for the, hang on, what did he say? A few bucks towards the Get Jeremy Better Shoes fund. Dude, I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow. I actually brought my Chucks to wear. I might rock the Chucks tomorrow.
There you go.
I got the Chucks here. I've got some dress shoes. I've got my Olakai shoes. So we'll see. I've got several pairs of shoes, but I do have the Chucks with me, which I don't wear my Chucks that much anymore, but I do have the Chucks with me. I'll probably won't be rocking the Adidas tomorrow. Probably.
You should wear your camo rain boots.
I don't have those with me, but I do have camo rain boots, man. Dude, my camo hunting boots are boss mode, and they're snake bite proof.
Please wear them when you meet Simple.
Dude, where did I wear those to? I wore my camo boots somewhere that I was like absolutely inappropriate.
I remember you wore them. Yeah, I was back in Boston. You wore them in a Walmart. I remember that.
Well, yeah. That's the Walmart. You know, that's fancy though. You got to dress up when you go to the Walmart. Unlike the Dollar General, you got to dress up when you go to the Walmart. Dollar General is where you can be trashy.
Also, what's wild and that we should bring attention to is the fact that the current president and mainstream media, they're refusing to acknowledge that this was an assassination attempt.
Some of them have.
We've seen CNN and the Washington Post.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Say that Trump.
Do we have
fell,
do we have clips?
Well,
those were the initial.
I have a couple
reports.
lists.
Right.
I think I have a couple screenshots of just a list of them.
Bring them up. Pull them up right now. Drop them in the private chat if you want to, and then Beardo can get them. But
I can knock out a few super chats right now if you want.
Yeah, let's do that, and then Hailstorm, you should drop those in the chat, and we'll get them pulled up.
Cody Braun with a $50. Jeremy, not sure if you've heard yet, but there's video going around about 3 months old of this man. I have the link pulled up. I have it. Of this
we can play that right now.
Who had a vision of Trump getting shot in the ear. Very chilling, but hopeful. Lines up with Hermit of Loretto Prophecy. LIU. Channel is called Last Days.
Yeah, pull it up.
24/7.
Pull it up right now. So Hailstorm's got it. Hailstorm's got it.
Here's the list.
Oh, okay.
This is just what Elon Musk tweeted out. This is just one of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely insane. The fact that Elon is now all in on the Trump train, like Elon is all in, which I think he's been all in for a while, but now he's like, I ain't hiding this anymore, bros. I ain't hiding this. Look at this shit. Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startled former president. Crowd. God, man. The media is the enemy of the people. They absolutely are.
Yes, they
absolutely are. God, unbelievable. Now, yeah. So this video that we're gonna play, I'm not really like. I am not the type to get into the whole like prophecy people, like that make the prophecy, because I feel like a lot of them are BS artists. You know what I mean? This one
so this
is
guy
crazy. This one actually gave me chills. This gave me chills.
I was speaking with my parents earlier today about this. I believe this guy is a pastor. So
Okay.
chat, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's a pastor. You says he is Jay Hailstorm? He's a pastor? Oh shit.
I do not. I'm not 100%.
Is this me or you, Hailstorm?
That's Hailstorms. That's Hailstorms.
Okay, it's the
sharing
same
it.
video that I was sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect, beautiful.
Here we go.
Now we're going to split.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. This is
insane. Now. So if just so everybody understands, this is 3 months ago.
Yep.
This is from 3 months ago.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
All throughout America, all throughout, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking, people say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency through great. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and there things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting. And
that is unbelievable. By the way, Dom Luker, who follows me on Twitter, I follow him back. Get that freaking music out of there. What the hell is that, Dom? But that blew me away listening to that. And I don't really like, yes, you could sit there and say like, this is all coincidental, but how old is the video? 3 months ago. This man said this 3 months ago. It is on, YouTube. So you can verify that. Look who's here.
This is just a test.
Yeah.
You sound great.
Yeah, sound great, brother.
How do I look?
You look better than me.
Yeah, all right.
I look better than you.
Yeah, I mean, I look like I'm in like a 1980s VHS movie. Like it's just like I don't know, it looks really bad. So.
I look like I'm in like a $8 hotel, getting ready to sell.
What do you, have you seen this video, Jay? Have you seen this video that we just watched?
Yeah, I saw that about the prophecy. Yeah.
Okay, so I've talked about this recently.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this on CobraCast, and I preface it when I say it. And the only reason I preface it is because people are going to clip you out. They're going to try to twist it and all that because welcome to the internet. Donald Trump is a flawed human being.
Yeah.
Just like every single person watching this stream, just like every person on this stream, just like every human being, Donald Trump is a flawed human being. With that said, what we have been seeing from him for the past 8 years, I don't have a good answer as to how he deals with it other than something higher,
divine intervention,
is guiding him.
Well, the thing is, like in the Bible, God uses all kinds of people to get his work done. Let's take Noah for instance. Noah, after he did the whole ark thing, he spent his time being an alcoholic and drunk and things like that, and that's mentioned in the Bible. But God used him to save the world. I mean, it's just this story after story after story. So we're not looking for, if anyone wants to say he's not perfect, well, they need to look at themselves just as easy because no one's perfect. Everyone's going to make mistakes. Everyone, like you said, everyone's flawed, but that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I'm the only one on camera. What's going on with that? But
my camera's my internet's crapping out.
And how do I sound, Chad? Do I sound okay? Like I just bought this new mic. Hope
Sound
I
good.
look okay.
Sound good.
Okay. All right.
Sound good.
Your skin looks
But yeah,
flawless.
people in the chat were talking about King David. Committed adultery, had one of his had somebody murdered, and God still used him to get what he, and that's all in the Bible. So
and I want to talk about something really quick. so I've seen a lot of critics of President Trump and critics of, or not even critics, just absolute mental cases out there saying, oh, so God is protecting Trump, so he just let someone else get killed in his place. Listen, I'm not going to get too deep into things here with my personal life, but as a father to a daughter, the most honorable thing you can do is to protect your girls. Okay, that's all. That's the most honorable thing you can do
100%.
in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump. Now, I'm not saying that I know anything or I've got confirmation of anything. I would assume that Donald Trump is going to make sure those girls are taken care of for the rest of their lives. And for the rest of their lives, they're going to know that their father protected them.
You want to know what's
That's
it's
all.
funny
That's
that
all. It's what it's all about, right
it's
there.
funny that you bring that up, because the picture that's going around with that hero that was he was a firefighter, the guy who was murdered for being at a rally because he loved his country. He was wearing a 9-line apparel shirt in a lot of the photos.
Yes.
When I saw those pictures, I mean, listen, I text the people that I know at 9. I'm wearing a 9-line hat. I text the people I know at 9-line, and I don't know what's going to be done yet, but they are making contact with the family to raise money, things like that. I don't know if they're just going to send them something, but they were already on top of it by the time I text them.
That's awesome.
The people over there. So
yeah.
I even think they have pictures of him at the store, at one of the stores, like buying stuff, because he was a firefighter. So you know, and
There's
someone in
a
the
lot
chat
of
said they
people-
already raised $2 million. That's amazing, dude. That's freaking amazing.
Yep.
So.
And so his legacy is going to be, he's going to have an amazing legacy for his family, and
Listen,
that's
I mean,
beautiful.
You can't, not to get not turn this into a spiritual subject or anything. The rain falls on the good guys and the bad guys, and the Bible is very clear on that. And sometimes terrible things happen, and we don't have an explanation why. And it's in the Bible. It's in daily lives. It's things. It just happens. Horrible tragedies happen to good people, and there's really not an explanation. And that's where, as for me as a Christian, that's where my faith comes in. That I have faith that God knows what He's doing, even in the horrible, tragic times, and things will be made right. That's just me. I'm not pastor. I ain't preaching anything or anything like that. But for me, as a person of faith, I have to believe that in horrific situations, He is working things out to make things right. So that's what I believe. So
Well said, man. And I think you know, if anything, I found it. I'm going to share something with you, Krista. Or actually, Beardo, I'll send it to you.
Sure.
And I want you to share it. And this is an old video from the Dilly meme team on Twitter. I'm gonna send it,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter. This is an old video, not an old video, but several months old. And it's from the Dilly meme team, and they made it a while back, and I think it hits because of what we just watched. So I think that there's never been a better time to actually talk about any type of spirituality, because look what we just watched, man. I mean, Donald Trump was shot. Donald Trump was shot.
One freaking inch, dude, from a completely different
Yep.
conversation.
Well, 1 inch from the Second Civil War, potentially.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Something completely different.
All right.
Hey, Chad, I see your love, man. I see you guys. I appreciate it.
Did you guys also see the American flag got twisted up and kind of looked like an angel right before Trump was about to speak?
Yep.
While we're on that subject too, the timing, like the time that this happened, and like the verse that people are sharing.
It happened at 6:11 p.m. and Ephesians 6:11 is put on the full armor of the holy.
Yeah, put on the full armor of God. Right.
So This is from the Dilly meme team. These guys are fantastic. They're huge supporters of President Trump, and I think there's never been a better time than now to play this one right here.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. I need somebody who can shape an axe, but wield a sword, who had the courage to step foot in North Korea, who can make money from the tar of the sand, turn liquid to gold, who understands the difference between tariffs and inflation, will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, but then put in another 72 hours. So God made Trump. God had to have somebody willing to go into the den of vipers, call out the fake news for their tongues as sharp as a serpent's. The poison of vipers is on their lips, and yet stop. So God made Trump. God said, I need somebody who will be strong and courageous, who will not be afraid or terrified of the wolves when they attack, a man who cares for the flock, a shepherd to mankind who won't ever leave nor forsake them. I need the most diligent worker to follow the path and remain strong in faith and know the belief of God and country, somebody who's willing to drill, bring back manufacturing and American jobs, farm the lands, secure our borders, build our military, fight the system all day, and finish a hard week's work by attending church on Sunday. And then his oldest son turns and says, Dad, let's make America great again. Dad, let's build back a country to be the envy of the world again. So God made Trump.
I freaking love that video. So there's I saw a few of you telling me, oh, this is bad. This is bad. Listen, CNN has a YouTube channel. You can go watch it. Okay. But
I will say
I'm not going to be like Donald Trump just got shot yesterday. I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings right now. I don't give a shit about anybody's feelings. Donald Trump was just shot and a Trump supporter died and 2 others are in critical condition. So yes, I believe everything in that video. End of discussion.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a few things to take from that video. I definitely think that God is using Trump for good. I don't think that Trump was sent here to be this second coming or to fulfill any kind of prophecy. I don't think Trump's this prophet or whatever.
No,
but I do think that God is using Trump because we need him right now. And it is brilliant that for us that Trump is he is a Christian. He does fear God. And I don't know to what extent of his beliefs, but he does fear God. He does believe in God. He does read the Bible. Is he the most devout Christian ever? No, absolutely not. But God is using him to help the situation that we're in right now.
This is the truth. Everyone that was born on this earth was born for a plan and a purpose. They have a specific value. Some can speak to millions. Some just need to speak to one. Some people were born to be amazing homemakers. Some people were born to make amazing buildings. Some people were born great with numbers and they're supposed to help the world. Numbers. Some people are born great teachers. The Bible's very clear that everybody has their own gifts. And if you walk in your purpose, you will find resistance. And that's just how it is.
Yep.
And once you walk in your purpose, some people are great with animals. Some people are great with children. Some people are great with the elderly. Some people are, like I said, great with numbers. Some people are great artists. Some people are great, whatever it is, even chefs, whatever it is. And if everybody walks in their purpose, the world will look so beautiful. The problem is you have a sect of the world that is trying to keep people just stuck in their nothing and brainwash them into believing that they have no value, no purpose, no nothing, that they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, and just let them sit there and, let the government hand feed them every little thing. Whatever that purpose may be, Trump's purpose is to lead the country out of whatever crap that we're in. That's his purpose.
Facts.
And yes, he's going to get pushback. If your purpose, if you're watching this right now, is supposed to be the next big author, it's supposed to be the next big designer, it's supposed to take care of your family, you're going to get pushback. Anytime you have a dream, a plan, a purpose, and you begin to tell others, people right away will tell you you're not good enough, you'll never make it. They did the same thing to Donald Trump. You'll never be president. You'll never win. You'll never do this. You're not good enough. We're going to laugh at you. We made fun of you, all this stuff. And then it's like, no, that's what he's supposed to do, right? That's what he's supposed to do. Then the pushback gets harder and harder. And you will see that in your own personal lives, not on the same scale as what we're seeing, but you will see it in your own life. And I'm telling you, you are not, if you begin to walk in your plan and purpose, you will always find pushback, because there's something at work that doesn't want you to do that. They don't want you to be happy and discover your value and discover what you have to do to change the world that's around you. That's why we look at some people and we think that they're crazy, that they would sell everything they have and go to some third world country just to build homes. A lot of people will laugh at them and say, like, this freaking crazy, you're freaking idiots for doing that. But if that is their purpose and that's what they're supposed to do, they're not going to listen to anyone, and they're just going to go do it. Some people are good at podcasting, being on the radio, being whatever. It's just how it is. You have to look at everything as a stroke from God, and whatever it might be. Yep. So not to steer the conversation or anything, but it's just like,
I got some idiot in the comments that I got to call out. So by your logic, Joe Biden is supposed to be president. Yes, motherfucker. I've said that 1,000 times. I have made the analogy that without the Empire Strikes Back, we don't get to Return of the Jedi. We needed to go through the Empire Strikes Back because in 2016, Donald Trump was a new hope, and the Empire Strikes Back. You can't get to Return of the MAGA King unless you have the Empire Striking Back. This is the Star Wars original trilogy. So yes, by Jay's logic, and by how the story should go, yes, Joe Biden should be president. Period.
If you look at, okay, people in the chat's like, what are you talking about? All right. And I don't want to get this on a biblical discussion. If you look at the story of Moses, in the story of Moses, Pharaoh was supposed to let his people, Moses, like, let my people go. It says in the Bible that God hardened his heart, and it created this fiction. So God's power and his miracle love can be shown to the world. And that way people could cry out for God. That was the whole purpose of that. So yeah. Did the Pharaoh do terrible things to the Hebrew people in the Bible? Yes, that's correct. And why is that? So God could get the glory when it's all done. That's just how it is. So again, ain't no pastor, done my research, but read it for yourself. There you go.
And I think this is a great discussion to have. And I turn it up a little bit when I'm roasting somebody, but don't take it personal. It's all good. We're just
man, this is
all
freaking,
flawed
dude.
men. We're all flawed men here, right?
So absolutely. Yeah. And just like today at the Fan Expo, there was people in line. People were coming up.
Hold on. Before you do that, give everybody
yeah.
a little info as to what, because there's a lot of people here that may not know who you are and what you're doing right now.
I'm working with Gina Carano when we go to these Comic-Cons, and I help with her line. And so today we were in Tennessee, in Knoxville, and that's where I'm at. And today was a very emotional day for many people, and they came up to Gina, and it's just like, over and over, people were just thanking her for helping them find hope. And then they kept bringing up this assassination attempt, and it's scary. It's scaring people, and they're terrified. And it's like, this is not normal it just shouldn't happen. And it's like to see people just terrified and just wanting a hug and not knowing like, you know, what could possibly happen. And Gina wasn't trying to be the savior of the world or anything. She just was in line and people were going to say something to her anyway. And, you know, and when the Trump thing just got brought up, it just over and over, people just, there was like a lady crying in line. She just was freaking scared, you know? And it's just like, that's what they want. They want us all to be afraid. They want everyone to be afraid and bow down and bend on the knee and like, please don't hurt us. Like whatever it is, they just want us to be scared. And what they did, that was an attempt, dude. I'm telling you, the fact that this man, after being clipped in the ear, stood up with his fist in the air and said, fight. Dude, that should motivate everyone for everything they ever want to do and accomplish in their life. That was the freaking most gangster thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It really was.
Holy crap, dude.
And it makes what Trump said a few years ago even more true. Like now we believe it more than ever when he said, they're not after me, they're after you, and I'm just in the way.
Yeah, but that's it. But you're absolutely right. And but that's the thing. If you want something in life, if you want change, you have to fight for it. Yeah. It's just not gift wrapped for you.
Yeah.
You got to fight for everything that you are trying to do. You want to get ahead in life, you got to fight for it. You want to lose weight, you got to freaking fight yourself. You got to fight those cravings. Everything that you want to do, you got to freaking fight. And when that freaking boss stood up after being shot in the ear, literally pushing out the female Secret Service agent, sorry, I just had to point that out, with his fist in the air, freaking fight, and the crowd just erupted. Dude, that just sent chills down people's spine, man. Like that was like, you know,
I couldn't. When I first saw it, I couldn't comprehend it. Go ahead, Jay.
Man. Badass. Like, no, just to elaborate on like Jay experiencing like what the fans were going through and like the amount of anxiety that people are going through. I felt it. I'm still going through it. The anxiety of like what happened yesterday, because more people now than ever are believing now and realize exactly what Trump was saying a few years ago was when he said, they're not after me, they're after you, and I'm just in the way. Now people are starting to really kind of wake up and see it, and that's where the anxiety and stress and fear comes from, because like
I gotta
what they did to him yesterday. What they did to him yesterday, people are now like really kind of seeing and waking up. They're like, that's fucking true. Like, if they get Trump, and they almost did, after him, it's us. It's all of us. They tried to lock us down. They tried to take us away. They took our jobs away. People got fucking fired. They lost their livelihood. People ended their lives. People, like, everything, the insurmountable, horrible things happened a few years ago. And now that Trump is now pushing back and he has a second chance at this, and they tried to take his life yesterday, we're next. And that's why people, like Jay said, people are really stressed out. People have this anxiety, and people are really feeling it because it's true. Now more than ever, it is true what Trump said.
I mean, I'm old enough to have lived through 9/11.
Me too. Yep.
And now this, like, it
in the social media world, this is the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, 100%.
In the social media world, I've never seen anything like it. And yeah, I mean, 9/11, I lived through that, but obviously that was a whole different thing. But in the social media age, this is the biggest thing I've ever seen. And right now, with 4 months to go, I meant to talk about this earlier, but I don't know what's about to happen here at the RNC. So, you know, we're here at the RNC, we're covering it this week, and we're getting ready to announce a vice president. Has that changed Donald Trump's
That's what I'm
pick?
hoping.
Yeah, has that changed his pick? Because right now, the four people that are reportedly on his short list, I'm not a fan of any of them, which is
what is
Marco
the short
Rubio,
list for people who don't know?
Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, Tim Scott, and Doug Burgum. That's the four finalists. I don't like any of them.
And he's got more to think about too, because you got to think if they try this again when he is elected, you know what I mean? Like he can they won't want to try that as he picks the right VP. You know what I mean? Because they're next in line.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you had your choice, Jeremy.
Right now, in a post-assassination attempt world, it's going to shock a lot of people. It's going to shock a lot of. Okay, number one. Okay, so I have a number one. Number one is Tucker, but after that, if that's not going to shock everybody. Number one is Tucker. I want Tucker Carlson, but number two, Ron DeSantis.
I'm not surprised. I would say I would go DeSantis, and probably he hasn't been mentioned yet, but maybe even Ted Cruz.
Wait, who's the guy that I like? Oh man, I forgot his name.
Jeremy's frozen.
I'm still here. I'm still
Chat.
here.
What's his name, man? It was Vivek and the Brandon. Oh, I've had a long day.
All right. What do you ask me? I just got back. My internet crapped on me again. What were you saying?
Who's the guy that I like for VP?
I said Ted.
I
said
that
was Byron Donalds.
The guy that was. Yeah. Sorry,
Donalds.
chat.
Yeah,
It was
Florida.
a long day for me. Sorry, but that's who I like.
Yeah. The thing about Vivek, and I'm probably going to be seeing Vivek here soon. So the thing about Vivek is that I've said this before. Vivek, the highs with him are like he could be the positives are through the roof with Vivek. The problem is that the negatives are he could be Obama 2.0. That's what I worry about. You know what I mean? And when somebody just out of nowhere, like, so the thing about JD Vance, I know a lot of people like JD Vance. JD Vance was a never Trumper.
So sorry.
JD Vance was a never Trumper. Now he's not anymore, and that's fine. But I don't know a lot about him. But if you ask me, like, my number one choice in a post assassination world, and that's the key I'm putting there, it's Tucker Carlson, number one. And then I got DeSantis. I guess I wouldn't say DeSantis because I really would like Carrie Lake, but I guess I don't even put her within the question because it's obvious what she's moving in a certain direction. But I don't feel Tucker Carlson's that much. Like, I don't know if it's that crazy to think in a post-assassination world or assassination attempt world.
What about Ted Cruz?
No.
Man, I get what you're saying, man. I just want Tucker to like take over the media.
I know, man.
That makes sense. Right.
Yeah.
In my opinion only, what happened with Trump, the media has a lot to blame for that nonsense. The media has been the enemy of the people. The media is brainwashing people that aren't doing their own evidence. The media just throws crap out there and says whatever they want without any repercussions. They think they can run stuff, that they can make up lies and just kind of like, you know, anyone there was a time anyone that tried to step against the media, you know, they got hammered and destroyed, and they just destroyed people if you didn't bow to the media. I can't, like, and I am so grateful for people like Rumble and YouTube and other things that where people like Jeremy can create stuff like this. And you know, it is just, I just can't stand. And that goes for Fox News, CNN, across the board. I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. Tucker's the only one that has any kind of common sense that can just look at the situation and be like,
the thing I love about Tucker is he is a political outsider, which is exactly what Trump was.
Yeah.
And we have like that's and it's Tucker and it's, again, the assassination attempt changes everything for me. Now, if you're asking me, do I still think, like, if I'm I have never known how to predict Donald Trump's VP. I've never known how to predict it because he's been very, very, very kind of close to the chest with this whole thing about what he's going to do. Before the assassination attempt,
so Jeremy's done.
I was trying to come to grips with it. Thought it was going to be Marco. Everybody knows that is not my choice at all.
Ooh.
I can't stand Marco Rubio.
Hey, Jeremy.
I do not like him. That was what I was. What?
We
Yeah,
didn't hear
you
half-
cut off. We just got
didn't hear
Marco
half of what
Rubio.
you said.
You just
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro.
Fuck this
Larry
internet.
Elder. I'm not. Some people in the chat were saying Larry Elder. That guy can hold his own, man.
Ben Carson too. I wouldn't mind Ben Carson.
How do we have like I'm at a decent hotel with their paid for extra internet, and how do we still have shitty internet? How it's 2024. What are we doing,
Bro? I'm in the middle of the woods.
You got 20 other Jeremy. You got 20 other people who are also YouTubers, probably at your same hotel, doing the same thing you are.
And I don't even know how I sound, how I look. You know. Can I answer a 50 because I can't stay as long as everybody else? My man Bikes for $50 says, Jay, never apologize for your faith.
Wait, Bikes? It's Biker Angelo.
Yeah. I think you heard me wrong. Beardo
yeah.
sounding unusually articulate tonight. Jeremy, can't get a working camera to save your freaking life. Kristen and Hellstorm are the real MVPs. MAGA 2024 and Philippians 4:6. Amen, brother. Thanks for the kind words, man.
Thank you.
Heck yeah, man.
Krista's always MVP, even if she says absolutely nothing.
She's the reason we had that. She's the reason we had that record stream yesterday. So
100%.
I'm just gonna stay off camera because clearly that's gonna help.
Well, I'm gonna run, but this was kind of like a test to make sure all this stuff was working. So thanks for letting me hop on.
I wonder who's
Jeremy.
hosting daily. I guess we'll just have to figure that out tomorrow. I have no idea.
I don't even know what's going on in the world. But
Yeah.
hey, man, I wish I was there with you, man. I hope you have a great time.
Hell yeah, man.
Subscribe to Drunk 3PO.
Man, almost there, man.
Almost
93.
there.
7,000 away.
That's
so everyone
awesome,
in the
man.
chat that doesn't know me, subscribe and I'll be there. Anyway, much love, guys. Snake Pit
Later, Jay.
number 1.
Bye.
And I'll see you guys real soon. God bless y'all.
Talk to you later, man.
Wait.
Later, man. Yeah, the whole time he was leaving, it was roboting like crazy.
It was just.
It's just
Anyways.
roboting like crazy for me. So listen, we've had a great stream tonight. Alec Baldwin's finger dropped 50 memberships.
That's a lot of money. That's not cheap.
Listen. I'm just really happy that his trial was thrown out with prejudice, so we can continue to get gifted memberships. So there you go. Happy about that.
Might be talking a little bit about that tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Daily. Maybe. Just a little sneak peek. Lefty Raccoon with a $50. Check the distance from the rooftop. Standard SS protective cordon is over 700 yards. This attempt was done from under 200, well within the MPBR of 556 by 45, meaning no corrections besides windage needed. Trump's BOI Shinzo protecting with divine wind. I understood about half of that. But thank you for the $50. And yeah, man, like... What the attempted assassin was 150 yards away. The complete negligence to let that slide by without any kind of action is crazy. It's
really
crazy.
is.
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered. There's a lot of questions that we don't even have information that needs to be answered. That, like I said earlier, because it's Donald Trump, we probably won't get the answers that we deserve as United States citizens.
Sad but true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I had to put D-Day Cobra at the RNC since everybody knows, so they know that at least I'm on the road. So tomorrow, you guys have to understand. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be live, and I'm hoping you guys are all going to tune in for it because it should be a crazy day. And we could get the announcement of the VP tomorrow. Like it's gonna happen like over the next couple of days.
I heard it was Wednesday, but I mean it could change. But that's what I saw in the event thing.
Yeah, and obviously circumstances, a lot has changed. In the last 24 to 48 hours. So I guess we will see.
I'd imagine he'd hold off. I think tomorrow is going to be a day for hype and for joining together and kind of connecting and just kind of recouping. I think it'd be wild if he does announce tomorrow. Because like you said, Jeremy, yesterday changed everything. And I think that Trump really has to think about his choice now. If he's already decided, that's one thing. If he's already set in stone and he's still comfortable with after what happened yesterday, if he's still comfortable and still on board, and that's not going to change, then potentially we might see his announcement tomorrow for the VP. But if he was still on the fence, I think yesterday, like you said, changes everything.
He doesn't need to like pick a certain person just to win a certain state. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Especially if everything that's going on. Like,
correct.
He can just throw that all out the window.
Correct.
Well, what's interesting is that last second additions, I think about 4 days ago, DeSantis was announced as a speaker at the RNC. And then today, I believe Nikki Haley was announced as a speaker. I obviously do not like Nikki Haley, and I still have a lot of, I'm still, like I was talking about it to somebody today about the DeSantis thing, and I'm like, why on earth did this guy run against Trump? He never had a chance. And I'm still very frustrated about that. And I will have every criticism in the world for DeSantis, and he deserves every criticism in the world for that. He's been a fantastic governor in Florida. I live in Florida, but he is an idiot for running against Trump. An absolute idiot.
Well, his entire campaign of Florida was that he was mini Trump. He was Trump Jr. when he was running for governor here.
Well, I mean, Trump's the only reason he got elected.
Correct.
Trump's the only reason he got elected. But here's what this is a wild thing. So if you go back, several years ago, Elon and Trump did not like each other. It's on the record. Like Trump called Elon Musk a scam.
Jeremy, you're cutting out, brother.
Elon had a lot of negatives to say about Trump. Pissing me off. How about now?
You're good now. You just might want to repeat. Just repeat everything you just said.
Bro, I'm going to call this fucking hotel when this stream ends.
It's not a big deal.
And I'm going to be like, you know who the hell I am? I am a low-tier internet celebrity, okay? I'm a low-tier internet celebrity. Get your fucking internet good. Anyway, but Elon and Trump very much disliked each other several years ago. And now look where we're at. They've had a private meeting, and Elon has fully endorsed Trump, and he has donated to Trump's super PAC. So look at Marco Rubio and Trump. I'm still shocked that those guys got things fixed with their how things were with the 2016 run. I do not like Marco Rubio at all, though.
Marco Rubio was very vocal in the past 24 hours with his tweets about what happened yesterday.
Yeah, he was also very vocal, wearing a fucking mask and taking his 9th booster. Fucking loser. I really don't like Marco Rubio. Yeah. I really don't like him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm throwing the whole flow of this show off.
Well, no, you're still cutting in and out a little bit, even with the camera off, but it's all good.
Go ahead. You can read. You can read.
Oh, I can read. Whatever. I was just telling you that you're still cutting out a little bit, but I can read a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bubba Dank for a $20. I've never donated to a campaign, but after yesterday, I ordered the gray and black MAGA hat and tossed a little extra to support our next president, Trump 2024. Thank you for the $20. Don with the 20. Too big to rig, MAGA. We'll see, man. Those mail-in ballots, you never know what they can do. Game On Sports News and Picks. What's up, Will? Our buddy from Game On Sports for $20 says, Beardo 2028 make leg day mandatory again. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean, man?
Beardo, pull up. I just sent you a tweet. Pull that tweet up and let's read it.
Yep. Let's see. Here we go.
Hailstorm, if you'll remind me, I can give you access to the StreamYards because with this week, with me running from the running from the convention, I'm going to want to do it through StreamYards, and your connections can hold. All right, read that really quick.
Just in, President Trump says he has scrapped his initial convention speech after he escaped assassination and will focus on a new speech aimed at national unity. In quotes, it's going to be a whole different speech now, Trump told the D.C. Examiner. It's a chance to bring the country together. I was given that chance.
Damn. Wow.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, to be honest.
I'm interested to see what he is going to do because we know one thing about Donald Trump. He knows how to take full advantage of any situation. And he's never had a better opportunity than this one right here. So I guess we're going to see.
We will see for sure.
I guess that's why, like, I don't know, man, my perspective on everything has changed too, but that's why I'm being a little more kind of like, I was always a fan of DeSantis, and and seeing what happened with Trump, man, it's just like I just want Trump back in office, and I want the best for this country, and I want the best for this country, not for the next 4 years, for the next 24 years. That's what I want. And in order to get there, we've got to have everybody on board. Everybody.
Yep. The rebellious grizzly bear for $20. How many more historical events do the millennials have to go through? The hateful rhetoric by the Democrats is what caused this. They found out that this harmful rhetoric has consequences. Trump 2024 all the way. Absolutely. AD Victorium for $20. Jeremy, what has the mood been like on the floor? Are people excited, concerned? How are people feeling after yesterday's events?
I didn't get to mingle with a lot of people today. It was more so a lot of going over the process, but it was very much motivated. If I could put it on a word, it's that everybody's just motivated right now. It's like a new sense of motivation to move forward and get President Trump in office. Everybody just seems to be more motivated now than ever before.
River Miles with a $20. Jeremy Olstein has competition. MAGA profit. Philip Chan, Project Egg Roll. What's up, Phil? With a $45.47. Says Trump now more than ever. You're damn fucking right.
Absolutely.
Kelly R with the $20. Jeannie Thomas for VP. Clarence Thomas's wife.
Skipping out a little bit. I barely heard some of it, but just keep going. Don't let the flow of the show mess up because my internet sucks.
So I'll just repeat it. Kelly R with the $20. Jeannie Thomas for vice president. Clarence Thomas's wife.
What's up, Kelly R? I see you, Hayden. I'll look at it right now.
Did you hear me, Jeremy?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay. All right. Slade Lawton for a $10. Won't be staying long, Fig. I'm going to go watch Gary's House of the Dragon stream when it goes live, reviewing a man's show. Unlike 2008 Clone Wars, which sucks. I need some escapism from this insanity. Hey, we don't blame you. Jeremy's Eyebrows for a $10.
George Lucas Clone Wars.
Jeremy's Eyebrows for a $10. Alex Jones says he had an Obi-Wan Kenobi moment where he could feel that we won while he was on a plane to California as the assassination attempt occurred. He was not watching the rally. He just felt it. KC Cheeto with the $10. Hail to Krista for her hard work behind the scenes yesterday.
Thank you.
Shout out to Krista. Ministry of Wrong Thing for a $10. They've been going over it in the news. The shoulder wasn't off. Trump literally moved his head at the last second. Put up Benny's latest video. What Trump said is amazing. It literally made me tear up. Jay Hailstrom, do you want to see if you can find that? Maybe we can pull it up. The Omega Ranger with the $10. The Biden admin wanted to keep the Fauci to go on forever. If it weren't for the Supreme Court, the threat of midterm losses, the face napkins would be permanent. Anyone who still supports this stuff has zero, period. Skywalker DFS for a $10. Love you, Jeremy. Not in a gay way. Shout out to Krista coming in clutch yesterday. I wouldn't have known about Trump without the notification from Jeremy. Centimeters away from war. Crazy.
Crazy stuff, man.
Anima Chains for a $10. DEI, Secret Service, inside job, or just outrageous negligence and incompetence. Maybe a little bit of both. I'm seeing some crazy things that don't make sense. I think there's a little bit of both going on, probably. Alan Tanasi with the $10. I'm not very religious, but the hand of God is clearly at play. Absolutely. Eric Heffelfinger with the $10. There is a GoFundMe for the people who were hit. It has raised $2 million. Yes. Fantastic. Mr. Knox with the $10. When something happens on the left, Democrats would monetize it by telling people to riot. Trump gets nicked on the ear, and there's no riots. It's by people are mad. Dems allowed this by brewing hate. Absolutely.
I got so Hayden Wayne tagged us in this. This is from Jake Tapper. A senior White House Democrat tells Axios, we've all resigned ourselves to a second Trump presidency. Do you know why they're saying that? Because they want you to get complacent. They want you to think that it's in the bag. They want you to go, yeah, I don't need to go vote for Trump. He's got this, man. It's already over with. That mentality has to be eliminated from your mind. Okay. That mindset has to be eliminated. Yep. They want you to think that he is up big so that you'll stay home, and it'll shrink that margin down so that they can actually do what they did in 2020. That's what they want.
Yep. They want us to just stay at home, man. Be reserved. Think that it's in the bag. Alex Jones said it, man. Now is the time to keep our head on a swivel and be more aware than ever.
Yep.
Samuel Ariton with the $10. Can you please post the GoFundMe in the chat for the family that lost their dad? Let's take care of our neighbors in need. Nothing can bring back the brave dad, but we can help his family. You have any mods in the chat that want to drop that GoFundMe?
Absolutely can, man. Eric K.
Sir Didmus for a $10. Inside job, unaliver 2 days before the RNC was en route because he knew of lapse. Obvious inside job. This info only came from inside. The police saw this guy, was alerted of him. They let it happen. It's an inside job. Sadly, I don't think we'll ever know. Ben Giles with the $10. I'm a USSS contractor. PI did protection. Agents visit Trump rally, sites 5 days prior. They recon and write detailed site advances, reports, and show landscape, buildings, indoors, etc. Points of interest. Yep. Ben Giles for $10. USSS had multiple security parameters. The counter surveillance unit, CSU, works outside that visible parameters in plain clothes and cars and use aerial assets, and Cat Hammer team scanning outside in. Ben Giles with another 10.
Cassie in the chat says, but we're not that dumb, D-Day Code. We're not libs. And I 100% understand that. And, we all know this. All of us watching this, we know the game that they're playing. It's about all of us educating the normies that we know in our life to let them know, like, hey, yes, you should go vote for Trump. Period. End of discussion. And so it's not, I know that everybody watches that. I'd say that the heavy majority of people that watch this channel already know, but it's not about that. It's about, us talking about it here, and then hopefully people watch this channel and then talk to people that don't know. And I have those types of people in my life, and I know you all have those types of people in your life. That's the whole point.
Ben Giles with a 10. Tactical teams have exact measurements and line of sight of everything. SOD and CUAS, Special Ops Division, counter unarmed air systems have drones that are supposed to see everything. Diagrams for all. Ben Giles with another 10. It makes no sense unless you factor in malicious intent. I love my fellow agents, but having worked through both Trump and Biden admins in the service as a contractor, this makes no sense, man.
It's confusing.
It's bizarre, man. Leo Ponce with the $10. Hi, Jeremy. Please stay safe. Also, what do you and your group think of Destiny's comments regarding what happened yesterday? Destiny is facing massive backlash for his reaction to Corey Comperatore. Destiny's fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I Destiny's the type of person that's just not even worth my response. That's really what it comes down to. I've never felt that Destiny was worth my time. Destiny has a tendency to talk to people that he disagrees with, which I can appreciate on in isolation. But the dude is so like deranged and out there. I don't know why people like think so highly of him in certain perspectives or how he gets in situations he's in. I've never felt like Destiny was even worth responding to.
Yep. Jeremy's camera's gay for a $10 for the shoe fund. Sir Didmus for a $10. Joe Biden head of Foreign Relations Committee. Sole reason Congress voted for war in Iraq. He is the very reason why Congress voted for war. He tricked people. Google worth the price. Joe Biden, Iraq war. Copied Kitty for a $10. Thank you for the stream we didn't know we needed. Troy America for a $10. It is purpose that created us, purpose that connected us, purpose that pulls us, and that guides us, that drives us. It is purpose that defines, purpose that binds us. Agent Smith.
Hey, I appreciate this right here. Jeremy, I was on the Trump hate bandwagon, but I loved your videos on TLJ, and eventually it kind of opened my eyes and realized the truth. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Always happy to look, and there's people that open my eyes to things too. That like, there's so many great content creators out there and YouTubers out there. So, sometimes I'll have a take on things, or I'll have a perspective on things, and there's people I listen to for their perspectives. We're all just, again, the best way to describe Geeks and Gamers 199 in terms of the content side, we're all just retards with an internet connection. Some better than others. Me not having a great one tonight, but yeah, we're just retards with an internet connection. So that's the best way to describe us.
Splinter Eye with the $10. Well said, Jay. Yeah, Jay came on and killed it.
You and Jay, man. You and Jay both were really good tonight. So
appreciate it.
Jay's always a crowd favorite on CobraCast, and if Jay wasn't traveling this week, he would have been hosting CobraCast for me. So a crazy week, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Dr. Caladin with the $10. We chose this world in the garden. It should be 100% bad on this earth, but the grace of God is why the good exists. We chose not to be perfect, and therefore bad things will happen. Big Red One Guy with the $10. Jay is on point. I talked about this on my live stream today. Not giving up or listening to the black pill people on social media. To take the pain and anger and turn it into a drive to win in November. MAGA Bama.
MAGA Bama, baby.
An Aquaman with the $10. We sell the New York Times at my store. Not only did they not have the attempt as the cover story, but they didn't mention it in the entire Sunday paper. The media is the enemy of the people. We know that. We're more than aware, but maybe more aware now than ever. Branch Covidian with the $10. J.D. Vance is based. He did admittedly have a bad case of TDS back in 2016, but he does seem to have genuine change of heart. He's among the best senators.
I will say that is something I've heard, and it's tough for me to let go of anybody that's had real bad TDS, but it happens, and there have been people that, have gotten rid of their TDS, and hopefully he's one. But I'm trying to be very this whole Trump assassination attempt is really kind of open. It's changed my perception on certain things. So it's like, I don't want to be too. I was ready to go to war if he picks Rubio a few days ago. I was ready to go to war, man, because I do not like Marco Rubio at all. And I still don't like Marco Rubio. I don't like him. I don't like any of the four picks that have been mentioned up to this point. With that said, I'm going to trust Trump to do the right thing, even though he has made bad personnel picks in the past. I'm going to trust that he makes the right decision, whatever that decision is.
Varanid with the $10. They are feverishly desperate. If you thought they cheated in 2020, you ain't seen nothing yet. Make sure to vote. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Paul B with the $10. I just tagged Jeremy on Twitter with a great clip. Maruto with a $20. Destiny is TDS personified. Not only did he laugh at the guy who shielded his daughter, he also said if it hasn't been his parents, they had it coming for him at the Trump rally. That X thread was so toxic, it made even Kirsha cry.
Sick fuck, man.
Destiny's a fucking idiot. Those were the big super chats from today, Jeremy.
Okay.
What do you?
Let's get a few more, and let's get about 10 more of today, and then we're gonna have whatever happens this week. I'm gonna get all the super chats. We're gonna get to them eventually. I don't know exactly when, but you guys know I read all the super chats here. So we had a lot from yesterday's stream that we need to catch up on. We're gonna have some from tonight, but you guys are the best, and I can't wait to show you guys the RNC tomorrow. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
I'm excited for sure. Mad Max with the $5. Jeremy, how in the hell could the Secret Service and law enforcement let a 20-year-old up on that roof?
Yeah, the video of the police officer that was that saw it and then retreated is absolutely insane. There were so many failures across the board, and there's a lot more questions than answers right now. And we need fucking answers. We need fucking answers. And people need to continue to ask and don't back down. So we need these. I've been to Trump rallies. I've been to multiple Trump rallies, and you feel safe. You're supposed to feel safe at a Trump rally. You're supposed to feel safe at any of things. Right. And the fact that a father is dead and two other are critically injured, and President Trump himself got shot. Yeah, people need to be fired. Heads need to roll, and we need answers.
Bubba Dank gifted 10 D-Day Cobra memberships. Thank you, Bubba Dank. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot with a 199. My heart is still breaking. Glad you're on. Fight.
Thank you.
And Linko Kenobi right now with the $100. Thank you, Linko. What is up, you guys? I'm calling in tonight. I will be doing multiplayer gaming streams starting Wednesday and try to have a chat with everyone that wants to join the stream. We'll be playing Gears of War this week. Anyways, good night. Looking forward to tomorrow. Hail the 199. Thank you, Linko, for the $100. And you have yourself a good stream, man. Thank you for supporting.
Yeah, man. Link, you're doing good stuff, brother. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you so much.
Cobra Kai L 199 with a 5 gifted D-Day Cobra memberships. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Kurt Angle Stare with the $2. Sorry, I got carried away retweeting you last night. Don't
Talking apologize.
To me? Yeah. He said sorry. He got carried away retweeting you last night.
No, I mean, don't ever apologize for that. So,
Chris
Liberty Prom says Jeremy keeps talking as if it was just incompetence. I mean, I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I've been on the road. I haven't really done a deep dive into a lot of this. I watched Brandon Tatum's video the other day talking about the sniper, and he broke that down. I've been trying to gather as much information, but I'm not as caught up in the news cycle as I normally am because I've been, like I said, I was at the RNC all day today, just going through security, going through protocol, all that stuff. So I'm not as caught up on everything. So there's probably information out there that I'm not caught up on, but I certainly want to get more caught up on
it. Christopher Gonzalez with the 13 months coming to you with another video today. Thank you for the 13-month recommitment. Blake Barrett with a 713 says Gary called Jeremy yesterday to break the news to him and then added, also, you're gay. Sejong the Great with 11 months. Fight. Thank you for the 11 months. Dr. Kaladin with the $5. Jeremy being as late as a counter sniper. Shaking my head. Trump and 199 for life.
Let's go.
Salty Ito gifted 5 D-Day Cobra memberships.
Thank Sally you, Ito. It's Sally Ito.
My bad. Sally Ito.
You and Ryan both screwed that one up.
Does he say Salty Ito too?
He said Salty Ito as well. Damn it,
My
you
bad.
guys.
Sally Ito. My bad, Sally. I'll never
what's
get it
bad?
wrong ever
You know what's
again.
bad when I'm correcting you? You know what's bad when I'm correcting you?
I think that was my first
pretty
gaffe
bad.
tonight. I've been doing pretty well tonight.
You've been doing pretty good.
Grand
All right,
Potato with
all
a
right,
$5.
Hayden, I'm on it, Hayden.
Thanks, Hayden. Grand Potato with a 5. Jeremy, in that picture with Ryan, why do you look like an alien trying to be human? I forgot you were anything more than just a talking torso. Adrian became a new channel member. Thank you, Adrian. Mad Master Porky with a 9 months. Hearing you on the Flashcast last night was a thumper. Was a thooper? Thooper? Maybe thumper? I don't know. Keep up the excellent work. That was for you, Jeremy. Keep up the excellent work. The Exalted Patriarch for a $5. Hail! Fuck that piece of shit, Destiny. Be safe, my inwards. I am the unofficial Sacramento delegate, and I cast my vote for Donald J. Trump and the 199.
Here, Beardo, this is for you.
What happened? Ladies in the chat are asking, what's Beardo's YouTube channel name? You guys can find me. If you guys don't know who I am, you guys are D-Day Cobra fans and viewers. I am Fear the Beardo. I am a team member of Geeks and Gamers, and my YouTube channel is Fear the Beardo, and I stream video games regularly. I also have my own talk show on Wednesdays called Bro Science with Dan Vask, and I'm on Tuesday night's Main Event every single week, and I also casually appear on Geeks and Gamers Daily weekly. So, yeah, that's me.
Yep, there it is.
Thank you
All right,
very
let's
much.
get a few more, and then we're going to call it a night, everybody. This honestly has been a phenomenal stream. This has been a phenomenal stream. Like, we got almost 5,000 people on YouTube. I do my Rumble audience. I apologize to all of you for not going live yesterday. Okay.
Yes, and Sports Wars. I'm also on Geeks and Gamers Sports Wars. I actually made a video today. I don't know if Ryan posted it, but I did make a video today. And I'm also on Sports Wars every single Sunday, except for yesterday, or is today Sunday? Except for today. But Sports Wars every Sunday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So subscribe to Sports Wars. Sorry, Jeremy.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, let's get a couple more, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, like,
cool.
2 more.
Kurt Anglestare with the $2. Oh, hell yeah, Beardo. Thank you, Kurt Anglestare, for the support. Blake Barrett with a $2. Who's the new guy? You can't stop MAGA. No, you can't.
Stop MAGA. And go last one right there.
Jose Taco for a 12 months. Loving the CobraCast streams. Remember, we are all a constitutional republic, not a democracy. Be safe out there.
Be safe. All right, everybody. We're going to end it there. I do not have the ability to do the double or the to end here on YouTube and then keep it going on Rumble and Twitter. So can't do that tonight. But again, streams all week on this channel. Geeks and Gamers Daily will continue to move forward. Tuesday night's Main Event will be happening. No Mario Kart tomorrow night. So I need to announce that. No Mario Kart is happening tomorrow night. Too many people are out of town. It's just too much to pull together, and we have so much else going on. So, again, a lot of streams on this channel. So you guys keep your eyes and ears open for those notifications on Twitter, on YouTube, on Rumble. It won't be going on Kick because I don't have Kick set up through StreamYards. But great job, Beardo. Great job, Hailstorm. Great job, Krista, as always.
Thank you for having me.
You guys have a great night. Trump 2024 to save America. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow from the RNC. Oh, there we go. We got first ever super chat from Pin Dragon. Look at there.
Sorry. I tried to highlight it for you.
There you go. First
ever super chat. Great work, guys. Fight, fight, fight. Trump 2024 from Australia. Oi!
Thank you. All right, guys. Shout out to this whole crew here, and everybody's going to be helping me get these streams going throughout the week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Trump 2024 to save America, and we will talk to you later. Bye, everyone.